Each of these storms over the last week and a half have had their own sort of variety of hazards. The first one here in southern New England with a very heavy rain, the coastal flooding that was record-breaking in spots. The second storm brought more rain here for southeastern New England, but that heavy wet snow that knocked out power to hundreds of thousands in Connecticut and Massachusetts, and we're still tracking this storm. In fact, right now I want to go back and hear from Governor Raimondo in Rhode Island.
Yeah, good point. I was worried about that.
Tell me, you guys ready? I guess we're live. That was a great intro. We're live with Governor Raimondo, who has been throughout the state. We're at the Johnston Senior Center, where several first responders and others have come in here for some sausage and peppers, some soup, sort of to get off the road, get a rest. And the governor's been throughout the state. What are you seeing out there?
Roads are very bad. A lot of trees are down. It's a wet snow, wetter than we predicted. So we have more power outages than we predicted. And we're just in the thick of it. You know, we're still in the early stages. It's going to snow heavy all day. So I'd ask Rhode Islanders to be patient with us, stay off the roads. I was on the phone earlier with National Grid. They have a couple poles down because cars have crashed into the poles. A couple cars have crashed into grid trucks. So, you know, please, we want everybody to be safe. Stay off the roads. And we'll get everybody cleaned up through the night. The other thing is the tractor, yesterday I put in a travel ban on tractor trailer trucks. That's still in effect. So tractor trailer trucks, stay off the roads. The state police are going to enforce that. They're going to pull you off the roads. In Massachusetts, they didn't put that ban in, and they've had a number of jackknifes. And we did, and it's working. So I know people want to drive, and it's hard for commerce, but the name of the game here is safety. Stay off the roads, we'll clean through the night, and we ought to be fine in the morning.
I heard you talking about Gloucester earlier. Does that seem to be the worst hit as far as power outages and snowfall?
Gloucester, unfortunately, has a lot of outages right now. Thousands of people out in a small area. There's power outages in Warwick. They are kind of dispersed. But Grid is getting folks back up. Right now we're under 20,000. We were at 30,000 about an hour ago. So they're doing their work. And they'll continue to do that. It's going to get colder now, and so hopefully the snow will get lighter and fluffier, and that will help everybody.
And we hear another storm possible for next week.
Yeah, we're not thinking about that now. Today, we're going to get through today. We're going to think spring thoughts. The mayor and
Next week is spring.
Yes, next week is spring. We're getting ready for St. Joseph's Day. We were just having a Zapple and a cup of coffee, so we're getting through today, and we're not thinking about that now.
Traveling over here.
Governor Raimondo live in Johnston, again, had visited the Johnston Senior Center, where a lot of the snow first responders have come here to get off the road, get some rest. But again, power outage is big in Gloucester, as we all know, and she's advising people stay off the roads, as we've said, and also talking about the tractor trailer ban. We saw one out there on 295, but again, tractor trailers are supposed to be off the road, according to Governor Raimondo. We'll send it back to you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. And, you know, I was just thinking as Walt was talking, we've seen a couple of posts on social media. A reminder for you to check on your senior friends. You know, some people are posting about some seniors who are in maybe some of the high rises who depend on Meals on Wheels and they're unable to get their food today. Just a reminder to make sure you check on friends of yours who may be a senior citizen, maybe in need of, you know, a little support or food today.
Michelle's full. That snow's still coming down at a pretty steady clip, and the rate at 1.3 inches an hour. There's still some heavy bands of snow yet to move through the area.
And we want to check in with Todd Wallace. He's been tracking the storm since very early this morning. In downtown Providence, you've got the Renaissance Hotel behind you and the highway to the other side of you. What are you seeing now at this noon hour, Todd?
It's not necessarily what I'm seeing so much as what I'm feeling. The snow has definitely changed, Danielle. It used to be kind of powdery and even wet. Let me tell you, with the wind blowing, it feels like I'm being pelted by sand right in the face, so it's very fine. Let me turn your attention to my left, your right, and you can see in the distance this crew here removing snow from the State House steps using a snow blower. That's certainly a mammoth task that they have. And then in the forefront, you can see what is Francis Street here by the Renaissance Hotel, once again covered in snow. Not thick or high amounts of snow, but keep in mind, plows have been coming through every 45 minutes or so to make sure that it's this clear. Imagine what it would be like if they missed an hour or two. That would be the condition that our guy Damian Marshall would be experiencing. He's over here in this parking lot. Sorry to do this to you, Scott, with this extreme right or left. that we're taking now. That is the mound, the pile that about a couple of hours ago may have been about 9 feet, and I'm really curious to see how tall it is. I'm going to go over there and get a picture next to it to see how much it's grown. He's been here since 6 o'clock this morning and hasn't taken a break, and he is continuously removing the snow because, as he said, as fast as he can plow it, it returns. So that's the scene here, again, right by the Renaissance Hotel, by Providence Place Mall, and right across from the State House. Reporting live in Providence, Todd Wallace, Eyewitness News.
At least Todd has some friends there. Damien's been kind of been his little snow BFF today. Michaela McDonald is in New Bedford. I don't think she has seen a soul since she's been out there this morning.
She has been all alone, just out there with her photographer. No friends, Michaela? Nobody plowing the street behind you?
There have been some plows out here, but not too many people out walking in this nor'easter and the blizzard-like conditions. Not many people have ventured out today, which is probably a good thing. But when we started our live reports about 8 hours ago, there was grass here. Now there's at least 6 inches of snow on the ground, and it's been a wet and a heavy snow. We've been talking about how it's been sticking to signs all morning, and then you can also see it's been weighing down some of the tree branches over here, also weighing down some power lines, and that could be contributing to some of those power outages that they're seeing here in southeastern Massachusetts. But as far as the roads are concerned, this is not one of the main thoroughfares here, so we have still seen a lot of plows going by here, but you can see it is still snow covered. We've seen some people slipping on this corner here, so definitely be careful if you are going to be driving today. Again, you're urged not to drive today, and if you do need somewhere to go inside to get out of the elements, the Sister Rose house is open for people to go inside there if they need somewhere to be out of the elements. In New Bedford, Michaela McDonald, Eyewitness News.
Did hear some people honking that wanted to get to know Michaela. She'll be there for another half hour or so, folks.
All right, just to bring you up to speed, since we went on the air about a half hour ago, we've been monitoring, all angles of the storm for you. Our reported pictures that have been coming along into our newsroom, we thank you for sending those. Make sure you check our website, WPRI.com, and also our Facebook page for the latest photos and videos that you've been sending in. Now
we want to send it out to another meteorologist. They're all here today, TJ Del Santo in our weather yard.
Yeah, we're still seeing some snow falling here in outside the studios in East Providence. Kind of a light, fine snow, indication that we're probably done with that heavy, wet snow, which obviously you can see behind me. You can see that little bush right there with the heavy, wet snow on it, kind of weighting it down a little bit. That's been the problem that we've seen so far today, as these trees and power lines are getting weighted down by this heavy snow. But as I mentioned, we've got that finer, fluffier snow that is setting in, so we're probably not going to be dealing with the heavy wet snow much longer, but it has caused some damage. Take a look at this video in from Barrington. Tree falling down onto a house, pretty big tree. Look at the size of that. Came right down and landed on the house, causing some damage. Unfortunately, this has been the scene that we've seen for the past couple of weeks. These giant trees damaging homes and in some cases taking down power lines. Also getting a report from Eric of a couple more trees down in East Greenwich. Here's some reported pictures. This is from Donna in Swansea. You can see it's a pretty scene, at least in this picture. We've got some snow weighting down on some pine trees there. Got about 5.5 inches here outside the studios here in East Providence in the weather yard. As I mentioned, kind of a light snow at the moment. Actually have some pretty decent visibility. I'm sure that will change. There's another band of snow rotating in right now. Reporting live from the weather yard, I'm TJ Del Santo, Eyewitness News.
From TJ, now on over to Michelle Muscatello for the very latest and what we're seeing for snowfall totals.
Well, guys, we have several communities now in that 1 Foot Club, Woonsocket, Burrillville, Exeter, all coming in with 1 foot plus totals of snowfall. One of the things that we're watching here is what will be happening with this very heavy band of snow that you see in eastern Connecticut. Indications are this is going to slowly work its way back through Rhode Island. So while we're in a little bit of a snow hole right now, there's not that intense snow falling at the moment in Rhode Island. That is is expected to change this afternoon, particularly now through about 3 o'clock, but then even 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, we'll still see some snowfall rates of 1 inch plus per hour. So we have additional accumulating snow to get through. Don't think that this is done yet, because it isn't. You can see this dark green starting to expand into more of western Rhode Island as our storm makes its way to the east of Nantucket and Cape Cod. That band of snow will start to rotate through Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts, and we do expect to see about 1 foot to 1.5 foot of snow in most of our area by the time Nor'easter 3.0 moves out. I'll have more details on this storm coming up.
All right, thank you, Tony, Michelle, and Melissa. Working hard all morning long, and so has our crew out and about in the elements.
Well, you know what is interesting in the last 10 minutes or so, we've had the changing of the guard, so to speak, right? We had Michaela McDonald in New Bedford for us all morning long for about 8 to 10 hours now. Caroline Goggins taking over the reins along the waterfront in New Bedford. Yeah, looking bad out there right now.
Yeah, Danielle and Patrick, the wind is really the story here in New Bedford. We just checked. There's about 7 inches of snow on the ground here, but this wind is absolutely brutal. You can feel it now. I mean, you can hear it. It's terrible. Another problem that we're experiencing right now, if you look at this tree, you can see that this heavy snow is falling on these branches. That's a big concern for crews in New Bedford today. I talked to the New Bedford Fire Department last night. They said heavy snow on tree branches like this could cause power outages with downed trees and down power lines throughout the day. They are really urging everyone to stay inside, stay safe, stay warm during this storm. Now, if my photographer Tim and I were going to pan down, this snow is that heavy snow that will pack down to the ground. I mean, this has been plowed at least 2 or 3 times this morning per what my colleague Michaela McDonald said, and we can't really even see the ground at this point. We've seen people coming through this area slipping and sliding. Somehow cars have managed to come through. I really don't understand how they're able to do that out on the roads right now, but we got some guys over here. Hey guys, stay safe. And I just talked to a fisherman, guys. We were standing out in the street talking to some people as they were walking by. A fisherman told me, I got to get out here today. I don't care what the conditions are like. I have to get to my boat. So some people are out here braving it, but the moral of the story, if you can today, stay inside, stay safe during the storm. These winds and the snow just make for brutal conditions. Back to you guys.
All right, snow continuing to fall, weighing heavily on those trees and utility power lines amid the dangerous conditions. Crews still trying to restore service, and now they have more power outages to deal with.
I mean, really, what an unbelievable 2 weeks for National Grid crews. They've been working so hard after we've had storm after storm after storm. Right now, we want to check in with Ted Cressy. He is on the phone now representing National Grid, and he wants to bring us an update on the latest on the outages.
Hey, guys. How are you this afternoon?
Doing okay. So what's the latest that we're seeing here in Rhode Island as far as outages are concerned, Ted?
So, yeah, right now we've got over 20,000 that are without power. Obviously, the wet snow that Caroline was talking about is, having an impact. That's bringing down a lot of limbs on wires and bringing down some trees themselves. So, that wet, heavy snow obviously is not great. So the fluffier stuff that's been coming in this afternoon is a little bit more ideal. But we've got a full force of over 230 line crews out across Rhode Island. These guys, where they can, when conditions are safe, are already trying some of the restoration. We've already restored. And we'll just keep going at it, and we'll be ready with this crew, this large-size crew, for whatever Mother Nature throws at us.
Ted, your crews have not had much of a break over the last 10 to 14 days. I know when people lose their power, they get very impatient because without power, we get frustrated. So, what would you say to folks that might be watching right now on a laptop or a phone that don't have power at their house right now? This is a whole new situation dealing with. You got to clear off more snow off the trees, off these power lines. So, kind of a timetable here.
Yeah, well, the storm is still going on, so we're doing as much as we can when the safe conditions are there. But we've still got to get out there and assess the full damage, and then when we can, we'll make a good estimated time of restoration for folks. Obviously, understand people do get frustrated. Any outage is an inconvenience, and we completely understand that, and that's why we've got so many guys and gals that are working nonstop to try and get folks' power back up. The only thing that we can really do, we can ask for your patience. I know, after a while that doesn't go very far for people, but please, do know that we've got hundreds of folks working around the clock to try and get power back up and just be safe. And we will do everything possible to get it back up as quickly as we can.
All right, Ted, thank you so much for that update and for all your crews, for all their efforts over the last couple of weeks, keeping people back online and on the grid. And right now, we want to head back out into the roadways. Walt Buteau has been tracking the scene all across the state from Breaking News 1 for us.
We are actually inside one of those warming centers. This is the Johnston Senior Center. The governor was here a short time ago, and a lot of the crews that have been out on the roads plowing and shoveling, and also police officers have been able to come in here and get a warm meal, get some rest. Now let's go outside where it changes drastically, obviously. Not a lot of snow falling here right now. We've gotten some sleet, it feels like, lately, and really not much coming down right now. But a sign of how windy it's been is take a look at this. This is the brick part of the building, just caked on snow, and it's just going to get worse, we hear. And also, to give you an idea of what hasn't been shoveled, as we get a blast of wind there, this is a drift on the side, probably about 2 feet maybe there, and we can take you out a little closer to our camera and tell you that this is sort of what we've been talking about as far as the snow that is getting on trees. Now, this is a small tree. There's no power lines out there, but obviously you can get an idea of what's going on the bigger trees. And take a look. It's caked on. It's frozen on. And now imagine this type of a situation with a larger tree over power lines, and that's what we're getting. A lot of power outages in Johnston, and also we're here in Gloucester. The governor was talking about Gloucester. People who had lost power the last 2 storms now have lost it again, and we're going to head up that way very slowly here in Breaking News 1, which is doing a great job for us, allows us to, careful John, allows us to take video while we drive, as we drive very slowly, and we'll be out and about and continue our coverage from Breaking News 1, and we'll get it back to you as soon as we can.
All right, Walt and Johnny, thank you.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Want to send it out to Providence once again. We talk about that shift change.
Yeah.
Caroline Goggin replacing Michaela. Steve Nielsen has now relieved Todd Wallace in Providence. Todd probably heading back to the studio to get that pizza we promised him earlier. Steve?
Well, actually, Todd has not head back just quite yet. He's very excited about that. I asked him to do one last thing before he leaves, though, and that is that I wanted him to show you that snow pile. He's been talking all morning about taking a picture next to that snow pile to show you how big it was. I've got him over there right now. Corey, let's go take a look at him. There he is. Hi, Todd. Wave to everybody for us. See, look at that. That is like, he's standing into it. It's probably twice the size of him right now. That is quite the snow pile. That guy in the Bobcat there, he's been going all morning long creating that pile, clearing out the driveways here. And, something else I want to point out about Todd that's great. Todd has been wearing one jacket this whole morning for these live shots. I've just gotten out. Woo! Big gust of wind right here. I just got out here a little while ago. I have 4 jackets on. I don't know how he was doing this with one jacket, because this is just brutal out here right now. I only have 1 glove, but I've got 3 more in the car. So I'm going to start layering up my gloves, I think, the next time you guys see me out here right now. For the last hour, we've been driving around downtown Providence, looking at the road conditions, seeing how they are. The roads they're trying to do a good job of keeping up with it, but with this snowfall, it's just been really tough. We were talking about power outages with Ted Cressy just a little while ago. Some at College Hill was without power for a little bit. We actually saw that spot. That was the issue and the reason why they were without power for a little while. And I talked to the crew there, and they said 2 of the lines had gotten too much snow and ice on them. They started slapping together, and that was what knocked out the power. They went to quick work, though, got that handled, but there's plenty of other problem spots right now with this gusty wind, with all of this wet snow. We saw one pole that was just swaying back and forth on Lloyd Avenue. We called National Grid ourselves to try to get a truck out there. They said they'd get one out there right away to try to prevent that from falling. So there's definitely a whole bunch of issues out there right now that these crews are trying to handle. And it's, I got to tell you, in this weather, it's all about where you're standing, which direction. If I stand like this is completely fine. This is a nice, beautiful, snowy day. Like this, oh, it is just brutal. I'm sure my cheeks and my nose are just red right now. It just blows right in the face. It's this fine, pebbly kind of snow. I hate it. This is no fun when you stand this way. We're going to have to change this next time so that I'm standing this way when I'm live, because I don't want to do this anymore. You got that, Corey? All right, we're going to change how I stand next time. So, hey, those are the conditions right now in Providence. We'll send it back to you guys.
you, Steve. You know what's really interesting watching storm coverage is you really get an idea of, reporters' personality. I mean, Steve Nielsen is like the literal definition of storm ready with his 4 jackets, his 3 sets of gloves. I know from my reporting days, I might have an errant glove and broken earmuffs, but I still did it.
Steve's from California, too. So
Right.
This is not his thing, but he's doing his thing and doing a great job. Hopefully Corey, his photographer, gets him facing in the right direction so he doesn't deal with that snow anymore.
And thanks, Todd, for getting that nice photo op with the whiteout conditions in that big snowbank.